We bring in our colleague, Tedy Bruschi, who joins us now over the phone. Teddy, it's Michael and Don. How you doing?
Guys, I'm doing all right. I remember these rivalry games back in the day.
How much was there extra juice to this sort of game?
Oh, guys, there's a lot of extra juice to this game. I mean, players, and it starts with the coaches. It starts with Belichick. It starts with the assistant coaches back when Al Groh was there for the Patriots, and I know he's got history with the Jets too, but when he was with us, and the owner, the rivalry is real to the players, to the coaches, all the way to the top, and you feel it, especially when the game plans come out. It's just a different type of intensity.
All right, how does the game plan change for these teams now that the weather's really bad?
Well, the game plan, I think it could favor. I'd say it favored the Jets because it will rely more on the running game, but still, this is a team that's -9 at turnover ratio, fellas. I mean, they don't take care of the ball very well, and eventually it's going to be put in Geno Smith's hands to throw the ball on a 3rd and 9 or a 3rd and long. And, I've seen good Geno this year, guys, but I've just seen too much bad Geno to say that he's going to consistently make good decisions. So I think that he'll make mistakes, and that ball security with that weather will just accentuate the problems, I think, that Geno Smith has, and I think that's going to be a big difference there.
Does Belichick legitimately dislike the Jets? Did you guys ever get that feeling?
You see how I laugh? Guys, yeah, he does. This is a game that he really wants. For example, last time I believe I was there in 2006. I think it was a divisional loss when Eric Mangini was the head coach, I believe, there, and they beat us on our field when it was grass. They ripped up the grass and put in field turf.
Really?
Because it was like, something has to be done. This can never happen again. And I think there was a bye week after that, and then they put in a whole new field because that's something they never wanted to happen again. So it's just, when you lose to the Jets, it hurts more than any other team, and you beat the Jets inside that locker room. It feels better than beating every other team. That's just the truth. They won't say it during the week, but, back being a part of that rivalry, it's New York, it's Boston, it's AFC East. It's pretty real, Philip.
At 2-2 after getting thrashed by Kansas City, it looked like it was the demise of Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Since then, back-to-back wins against Cincinnati and Buffalo, two pretty good football teams. What's turned around for New England in the last couple of weeks?
Well, especially offensively, I just think with Josh and Coach Belichick there, it's almost like they mix and match until they find the right combination. I think that they're starting to realize those two tight end sets are something that are advantageous for them again, but they had some mixing and matching to do early on with the Mankins trade and, Timmy Wright, the tight end, working him into the offense, realizing possibly that Amendola isn't someone that you can count on. So it goes Julian Edelman, who's having a great year, Gronkowski. A shame about Stephen Ridley getting hurt for that team, but they're starting to figure things out because I know that they consider, you get into September now, and it's an extension of the preseason, and they look at early September as continually trying to develop your team until you figure out who you have, and I think they're starting to figure that out.
Tedy Bruschi is with us here on the Michael K. Show. Teddy, how do they make up for the loss of Mayo?
Well, that's going to be hard because with that guy, it's not really next man up. It's like next mind up, really. And I don't know if anyone else is as smart as Gerard is on that defense because sometimes you need an interpreter, especially for younger players when you get the call or throughout the week and you realize what they want defensively. And there's so many different adjustments that they have to have based on when offenses break the huddle, the motion across the ball, or there's certain formations that are set out there. There's always another word or adjustment that has to be made to your safeties or to your defensive line. So that's going to be hard. Hightower and Collins and McCourty, and Chung. All four of those players, those safeties and the other experienced linebackers, are going to have to step up their communication level to make up for a loss like that. And sometimes that takes away from your focus on your job. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
All right, what do you think's going on in the mind of Darrelle Revis going up against his old team and his old coach tonight?
I think he's really motivated against it for it, actually. Who knows when you have – I know from being there also, when you have in dire straits, all right? You got a lot of injuries, and, you have skilled players. You look around, and it's like, do we use Darrelle on offense? All right, is Julian Edelman going to play a little bit in the backfield because we're having some injuries in the backfield? So Revis, especially, is that player that can be a cornerback, but I can see him sort of nudging Bill about doing some things extra versus his old team, which would be interesting, and especially on a night when the old 24, Ty Law, is being honored and put in the Patriots Hall of Fame. Darrelle Revis, of course, and Ty Law are friends, and Ty was his mentor. We'll see if Revis can break something out special for him tonight.
All right, one final thing before I let you go. Give me the blueprint. How would the Jets be able to win this game? What has to happen?
I think Rex, defensively, I think he has to dare New England to run the ball. Similarly to what he did last week versus the Broncos, which I loved the plan. It was three-man line a lot of times. It was a six-man box saying, listen, man, you're going to have to beat us. You're going to have to beat us running the football because the numbers will say go ahead and run the ball. Because with Wilkerson and Richardson and those type of stout defenders up front, they can win those one-on-ones and two-on-ones. So use 8 in coverage. Double on Gronkowski, the number one look that Tom Brady has. Force them to do things that they don't want to do. This is a game where I look to see what Rex will come up with because of the creativity that he has defensively and really, forcing the other side of the ball to do things that they don't want to do. So it starts with that, forcing New England to do what they don't want to do, and then hopefully the weather can help them get some turnovers versus New England. And you never know because in this rivalry, it can happen. Would I be surprised if the Jets won tonight? I wouldn't because it's that type of game that should be played closely.
I'll tell you what, I'm just guessing. It sounds like you want to play tonight. It sounds like you're pumped up to see this game.
You said play, maybe one play.
But you would take one play, wouldn't you?
One play, and that's all I'd last. That's all I got.
Teddy, thanks, man.
Good talking to you guys.